Well, I think I had many mentors in my life. I think the first mentors were my parents. And I would say that my parents gave me a sense of belonging and a sense of security and a sense of love, which helped me to know that God loved me. Then along the way, I had particular priests and particular sisters who had the values in their own life which inspired me to become a religious. My aunt, my brother's sister, was a nun, and the highlight of my childhood was visiting her in the days when it was not easy for the nun to go out, so we had to visit her. And the highlight of my childhood was visiting her and speaking with her about everyday things and about important things, and she inspired me a great deal. Coming to this monastery, we had very wise men who had founded this monastery. Some of them I was in awe of either because of their difference in culture or nationality, or sometimes their high education. But for the most part, what I saw in them were people who actually believed what they spoke about and actually strove to live it. And I've had many good spiritual directors and many good friends, and all of those people have promoted in me the desire for the best. And I would say, finally, the thing that was most important to me in this monastery, that this monastery taught me a spirit of hospitality. Welcoming others like Christ, every other, is a way of receiving from the other what Christ might have to offer. Rather than seeing someone as another person I have to greet, or another person I have to meet, or another person I have to serve in a kind of negative duty orientation. The idea that they gave me and the way they modeled it was that every person is special and every person should be received well for the principle that they are Christ manifested in the flesh. And even St. Benedict says that the guest is to be worshipped as if he or she were Christ himself. That's a very high principle, and I don't live up to that all the time. But if I had that attitude at every moment for the monk, for the guest, for the stranger, life would be a lot easier than what it can be sometimes if I get too overwhelmed by, poor me, I'm working too hard.